Right. Hi, guys. Welcome. So, I am at West Palm Beach at Business Mastery with Tony Robbins. This is my first time at a live event with Tony. It is absolutely insane. I've been at a couple of Tony programs now. I've done them online generally, and this is the first time I've been in person. And, guys, this is such a crazy event. The energy that is in the room is absolutely nuts. So I'm feeling super powered. There's so much stuff that I'm learning. And one of the things that I want to share with everyone is, we think we're a coach and we learn everything, or we get to a point and we just know so much and we're the best thing in the world. But it's amazing the humility. And when you come into a room like this, there are people who don't even have a business. There are people who are making millions, millions, millions in their revenue in their businesses, and we're all mixed in and we're in a group, and the proximity and what we're learning from each other is absolutely incredible. We've got people who don't even have a business giving advice to people who have millions of dollars in revenue. People who have millions in dollars of revenue are giving advice to people who are just starting out their business. So one of the things that you'll hear a lot is proximity is power, and that is so, so true. I mean, I've gotten to a stage where I'm kind of just like, okay, I'm kind of flowing, it's going, and just being here for 2 days. Yesterday was a 15-hour day. We started at 10 in the morning. We stopped at 1:30. I got back to my Airbnb, and then I just had so much juice in me that I went for another hour on my own, and I started again this morning. And today we're already on to 10 hours, and we are still pumped. I don't even know how I'm so awake, honestly, but it's absolutely amazing. So I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys. The world is changing. I've said this so many times. We all know this. And it's one of those times where people get nervous. The uncertainty is so absolutely insane that it's easy to slip off. It's easy to give up. And, the number of times I've heard in the last couple of months about people who have been struggling, who have just given up on life. And it's so unfortunate. Like, there's so many things that I've experienced in my life that I've been going through. I've been fighting through it. And it's taken me pure, willpower to just make through it. And when I hear that people who have maybe felt and experienced parts of that, maybe more than that, maybe less than that, I don't know. But when I hear that they've given up because they haven't had the support system, because they haven't had the willpower, because they don't know what to do next, it absolutely breaks my heart. So what I want to ask you guys is a couple of questions. I wrote these down, so I'm going to be reading from my notes. And the first question I have is, when you're in the middle of a storm, how do you get through it? What do you do? Who are you talking to? What's the support system that you have, right? What does it look like? Is it a family member? Is it a friend? Do you have a coach that you're talking to? Do you have a community like the one that I have right here at Tony Robbins? Who are you getting advice from? What are they doing with their lives? Are you guys still in the same place in terms of values, or are they a role model to you? Right? So what's the support system that you have? And when you were in a storm, so let's say you've been in a storm in the past, and I'm sorry, I'm like really moving this around because I don't have a tripod with me, but when you were in the middle of a storm, what do you wish you had that you didn't have access to? Was it money? Was it a resource? What was it? And what did you wish you knew when you were in that storm? Or if you're in the middle of a storm now, what do you wish that you had access to that you don't have access to now? And what do you wish you knew that you don't know right now? Okay, so the next question that I have for you is that, what triggers you to want to do better? What triggers you to want to learn more and actually invest in yourself? So, I mean, I'm out here and I'm really stretching myself to be out here and learn. because I really believe in investing in yourself. When the world changes so much, there's so much uncertainty, and you're leaning on somebody else to tell you what to do or someone to help you pay the bills, you're really putting your power and your future power into somebody else's hands. So when you start investing in yourself, what you're doing is you're building a skill set, you're building a stamina that no one can tear down. So when you find yourself in a tight spot, when you find yourself backed into a corner, you figure out how to get out of it. You become resourceful. And so it's so important. And I'm just seeing all of these people and hearing about their stories where they're literally using their last pennies to invest in themselves so that they can create a future for themselves, for their grandkids, for their kids, for the future generations, that it is absolutely insane. You're going from zero to millions. We're talking millions, billions, trillions in this room, and it's crazy because that is not the environment that I have grown up in. It's not the environment that I worked in. But to be in a room like this when you're really talking last pennies and you end up in a room like this where you're suddenly finding yourself face to face with someone who is bringing in millions within a week, within a month, that is powerful, right? So something to think about. The next thing I have in here is if you're thinking about your needs, what are your top priorities? Is it love? Is it connection? Are you looking for knowledge? Are you looking for money? What is it? Are you looking to feel important? Are you looking to feel seen? What is driving you? What is your need at this point? Your basic human needs. What is it? What's the priority for it? The next question that I have is, if you're doing something, if you're in a business, are you still passionate about it? And if you're not, then why not? Have you ever wondered what it is? What has changed since you started doing what it is that you were doing? What has changed to make you lose that passion? And it's fine. Life happens, things change. So are you still pushing yourself against the wall and making yourself do something that you're not passionate about anymore? Or are you going to find a way to find your passion, because what you do in one place is going to show up in another? If you have a pattern showing up somewhere, if you're feeling stuck and you're just walking away from it, or if you're going right through it and it's not going to stop you, guess what? That pattern is probably showing up in multiple places in your life, whether that's in love, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's with your finances, whether that's with your career. It's going to happen all over the place. So what are those patterns that you have in your life, and why have you lost that passion? The next thing I want to ask you guys is, what scares you now about the world we're living in and the changes that are coming? I mean, yesterday we were going into a session and we were talking about how a whole social security database got hacked. What do you do in that case? When the world is so predictable, or unpredictable, I'm sorry, when the world is so unpredictable, what can you do to really build yourself up so you can rely on yourself, that no matter what happens, no matter how much the apocalypse hits, you will survive and you have the right people around you to help you survive? Okay. And the next question that I want to ask you is, are you ready? Are you ready for anything to come towards you and you are just going to go through it? You're going to bulldog, you're going to just really conquer it, and nothing can stop you. There's something that we keep talking about here in terms of being a gladiator. A gladiator, when they're going into the ring, they know that they can die, but they go into it anyway. Why? The mindset that they go in with is, no matter what happens, I will win. I'm not the one dying today. And so do you have that mindset? And if you don't, why not? What do you need to do to get there? To have that mindset that you can get through anything. So the next thing I want to ask you is, if you're thinking, can I afford a coach? Can I work with someone? Where do I find these people? When people think of resources, they think about money. But What you need to think about is, how can I get resourceful? Is there some skill set that I can barter with someone? Is there something I can do? Can I take on a second job? Can I be in front of people, like place myself in a place where I come into proximity with the right people, I have the right conversations. Maybe you are offering them a service, maybe you have a skill set that they need. And so really think about, what are the resources that you can access that you don't always have to have money for, but if you know the right people, if you have the right skill sets, if you really apply and get creative, you can go for it. You can basically get anything you want. So, think about these questions. And if you're stuck and you're not really sure and you've never really thought this way, book a call with me. Let's talk about it. It's completely on me. Go to my website, www.journeyhomewithbalori.com. It's also in my description. Go in there, book a discovery call with me. Let's sit down. I would love to support you. I mean, just being here and having people to talk to, the more I do this work, the more I put myself out there, I'm meeting some absolutely incredible people, and I can't afford them, but they have been so amazing and offered their time and their energy, and just to listen and just to brainstorm with them, toss some ideas out there. And they've given me absolutely incredible feedback, and I want to pay it forward by helping you. So if you are finding yourself in the middle of a storm, you're not really sure what to do next, I've asked you these questions, you're not really sure how to think about it because you're not used to it, you're not around people who think like this, please, please, please book a free discovery call with me and let's have a conversation. I'm here all week, so I will definitely be back on here because I am so juiced up. I want to share this energy with you guys. So make sure you book that call. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what you're going through, what you have planned for your life. How do you plan on surviving winter and getting into spring? Because times are shifting, but that doesn't mean it has to be the end of everything. This can be the beginning for you. It's definitely the beginning of a new chapter for me. Super excited, looking forward to sharing with you what is going on tomorrow, because, oh my gosh, this week is going to be absolutely amazing. All right, see you guys later. Bye.